What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ESK8 UK live show. I'm Viper Devon. We're here with Vince from Billet Raceworks, and as always, Silent Sookie in the background. How's the day, Vince?
It's good. I've been working on the CNC mill quite a bit actually today.
Oh yeah,
Still doing some setup, but uh, did make some parts already on it, just not from aluminum yet.
awesome.
I'll just show it. Here's the CNC mill.
I love it.
So, yep. Um, and excited to get started on the full chassis, the prototype.
I bet. I'm excited too. Spend my money on it. It's
Yep.
going to be an amazing chassis.
Should I share my screen and show the chassis
Yeah.
to the viewers? Uh, yeah, so this is basically the chassis that I'm working on. And yep, it's a raceboard chassis. It fits go-kart tires. Here in this file, not everything is updated. This is an older version, but I have all the components in there, so this is roughly how it would look. It has some suspension. So at the ends, this is basically radium style suspension, but with different geometry. So the main purpose of it isn't actually suspension. It's so that your truck angles increase when you load the suspension. Therefore, you turn better. So it makes the board much more snappy and sort of feel like a flexi deck during cornering. And yep, also has some suspension effects. And with the go-kart tires, it's going to be amazing. Also, the electronic setup, the most powerful on the market by far.
Yeah, the
ESK8
B300s are
tubeless
stupid.
battery. So, or you can also put in lipos, and it fits up to 4 G300 ESCs. Or
Which is ridiculous power.
yeah,
That's
these
over, for y'all
ESCs
that don't know, that's over 500 amps per motor, or that's 500 amps per motor
at
maximum
20s.
Cs. Yeah, which is stupid. I think battery isn't, yeah, it's 250 battery amps per,
250 battery amps per motor.
which is
So
also
overall, I think like the maximum you could build this out for would be like 600 battery amps.
hmm
So like 250 for each of the rear ones, and then 50 for each of the front.
hmm
The front would otherwise just, if you put down more power, it would just spin the tire. Uh, so yep, about 8 volts. That's roughly 50 kilowatts peak. If you really max everything out.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The in runner motors too.
Yeah, in-runner motors, the longest ones that anyone ever used. This is not the final gear drives. I've been working on some custom gear drives, double stage gear drives. But with the design of this, I learned so much. So I'm just going to redesign it from scratch, and I can make it much smaller.
hmm
But the motors are 154 millimeter long. It's It's these motors.
Yeah.
Yep, and the motors are rated for 20 kilowatts maximum
Hmm.
power. So each.
Yeah,
So
that's
basically,
ridiculous.
the board is just more powerful than anyone can use it, which is the reason why I'm making it. Is that I've been upgrading boards all the time.
Hmm.
Uh, I want something that at one point is done.
Yeah, yeah, that's you.
The
Yeah,
point where
that's
I
my issue
cannot
as well.
upgrade anymore. There's nothing to upgrade to.
Yeah.
So that's basically why I designed this from the ground up. And CNC milled chassis, go-kart tires, as much grip and comfort as you can ever need, and as much power as you can ever need.
Yeah, I'm gonna put as big a battery as I possibly can in mine because I don't care about how much it weighs. I just
Yeah,
want as much range as humanly possible on those go kart tires because
yeah.
that's one of the definitely advanced race board. You could you could turn it down though. There's always different
Turn
speed
it down.
modes and stuff,
It's
so it
VESC
could be
based, so
beginner friendly.
VESC based. So even at if you have it at high power, it's still like relatively smooth. And yeah, VESC based. So just turn down the amps, and uh, it can be quite easy to tame. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably let sort of beginners try mine.
Mhm.
I'll put mode one at like 15 mile an hour max or something like that. Work out what ERPM that'll be and all that shit to
Mhm.
get it actually to
It's
be that.
actually better to limit the speed with the duty cycle.
Okay.
I did try ERPM limiting before, and it did not go well.
Okay.
One of the D100 has
Good to
just
know.
smoked itself.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn.
There were also some other settings which weren't set up the way MakerX wanted it to, but still,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
would
Maker X is
recommend
super particular about how you set their shit up.
yeah, especially the D100S.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Specifically.
it's actually the main reason why I'm moving to G300s is that I just want something that's I can be sure that it's completely reliable.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it's expensive, really expensive, but it's really powerful and very reliable. I don't think
Hmm.
anyone blew up a G300 in an ESK8.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has either. And Ashton has had G300s in his since ESK8Con last year, and it's now moved on to a whole new person that's also now beating the crap out of it. So, and it literally doesn't skip a beat ever.
Tucker also has G300 in his race board since at least a year ago, more like 2 years ago, I think, maybe even more. So yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm excited.
yeah,
This board's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
also G300 on inrunners, insane performance.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And this is actually the first inrunner setup that's high voltage as well.
Okay.
20S. So
Yeah.
I'm using some low kV inrunners, relatively speaking. Because if you take a look at what the Stooge boards use, those are like 500 plus kV.
Hmm.
Uh, some of them over 600. These are like
Yeah,
300
my friend
kV.
James has
So
800 kV
kV,
motors on his.
I can up the voltage. So 20S, 20S it is.
Yeah, 20S. And are you going to do the 280 or 330 kV
I haven't decided
or
yet.
300?
I would probably want to test both of them, but 280 should be more reasonable, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was 280 kV. It's more in line with what the company says the ratings are for it
Yeah.
with the
Uh,
higher voltage
well,
and to still getting
the current you would
push.
probably exceed the ratings, but you can like with motors you can just always exceed the ratings as long as you keep an eye on the temperatures.
Hmm. Yeah, once the copper gets too hot is where you start running into issues.
Yeah,
Copper and magnets.
yeah. As long as you keep an eye on the temperatures, you can put whatever many amps you want through it. So I think I will get the 280 kV first to test.
First.
I'm actually working on the prototype. I still don't have the aluminum milled out, but I have the aluminum stock on my table. Uh, so that's a lot of aluminum on the table. Uh,
Yeah.
Also, some extra aluminum because in case I mess something up, I ordered more.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah, you got to have a little extra just in case.
yeah, so
CNCs are
I think I have
unpredictable
like
sometimes.
40 kilograms of aluminum on the table right now.
Good lord.
Yeah, so I'm I should be able to start milling out actual parts for the board tomorrow. Just been really busy over the last few months finishing up the CNC mill, and it started working this month.
hmm
And so far, I've only really tested it in wood, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm I'm working on it.
I mean, hey, that's good enough.
Yep,
Prototype for the prototype.
yep. And
I'm
I should be
excited.
able to get the prototype cut out and like completely finished in the next week and a half, roughly. So I'm hoping that I can actually test ride at that point.
hmm
And we are actually going to go to some go-kart tracks in Hungary with some of my friends and rent out a go-kart track and ride there. Would be super
Oh
cool.
yeah, that'll be cool. Be a good first test for it.
Yeah, I really want to get it done by that time. So will be a very busy week, let's say that, but it
Oh
should
yeah.
be possible.
Oh yeah. Should be pretty sweet.
Yep.
Definitely that you're. I have the same issue you have with constantly upgrading and
Mhm.
touching boards. So if this is what I want it to be, it'll
Mhm.
stop me from buying other boards anymore or parts
Um,
even.
yep.
Oh
Also,
yeah, I'm sorry, Suki. I forgot your question. Forgot
um,
about it earlier.
yeah. Also, you said that you want long range. It's also fast charging capable.
hmm
If you build it out properly, I'm going to be charging mine at 4 kilowatts. So
That's
I have a basically you can get server power supplies on Alibaba.
Suki. Real quick, Suki asked what your intended top speed is going to be with the
Internet top speed.
stage drives.
Um, there will be multiple electronic setups because let's be honest, the most insane electronic setup will just not make sense for most people.
hmm
It's just going to be so powerful that like very few people will actually be able to
Use it.
use maximum spec.
hmm
Probably even I won't be able to, and that's the point of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My philosophy is that if I can just max out the board, then I need to upgrade, and
hmm
it's that's an expensive philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So back to the top speed. Um, I will probably gear the double stage drive for a top speed of somewhere around 100 kilometers. But there will
50
be
miles
also
per hour. 60.
possibility to have different gear ratios, so you can lower it, increase it. You probably don't want to lower it because it will
Yeah.
have enough torque to
Yeah.
spin
You'll
the
be
wheels.
spinning tires.
Yeah, spin the go-kart tires. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
that's not bad. 55, 60 mile per hour top speeds. Pretty good.
yeah.
So not necessarily, which you could gear up from there for long track if you wanted to, because some of the guys are hitting 60 plus miles per hour at Tef One in Cali.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
personally don't ride that fast. I'm more of a short track guy. I enjoy the acceleration and the cornering, but
hmm
yeah. Also, back to the charger,
Yep.
there's some of these Huawei power supplies that the Chinese modify, and
Uh-huh.
you can get modified versions of it, which can charge at 4 kilowatts, so like 45 amps of charging at
Hmm.
20s. That's the power supply that I have. So it will be spec'd to charge that fast. So yeah, maxing out 220-volt power, and
Yeah. And yeah.
maybe even like I sort of want to charge on the car EV chargers.
Yeah, I want to do that for some endurance testing on the two stage drives,
Yeah,
so I
I
can charge up
definitely
super quick at those stations. Because that's for our boards. That's like 10 to 15 minutes sitting there at most
yep.
on those car chargers.
Mm. Yeah, it should be about 20 minutes, I think, or 25 minutes maybe to fully charge up a battery this size. But uh, I'll just quickly calculate the watt hours of it. It's 20 as 6p times 3.6 watt cells times 5 amp hours. It's 2 kilowatt hour.
Hmm. Yeah, 2,000 whatever.
Yeah, so
That's pretty good.
half an hour charging.
Yeah, that's fast. That's really fast. That's just if you find a plug-in somewhere to McDonald's or something instead of going to an EV charger.
Yep, probably it's more like EV chargers, at least for the
Yeah,
US guys. Uh,
yeah, yeah. For
Here
us,
in Europe, we at least have 220 everywhere, but still, it's not like I can just go to a restaurant and charge
hmm
it 4 kilowatts.
yeah, yeah. That'll flip some breakers.
They are not happy if you flip the breakers.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even think I would have to use. I would have to use the 220 volt that I
Mm.
plug my washer and dryer into to charge because there's no other circuit breaker in the house that's that big.
Yep.
I think my basement, the breaker for the whole thing for the whole basement
Mm.
is only like 100 amps because for houses it's 250. Like for an entire house, the main cutoff breaker is 250.
Mm.
Well, I cannot wait for this board. It literally, I'm sure it's kept you up at night a couple of times, but
Yeah,
it keeps
quite
me
a lot
up at
of
night for
times.
sure. I've got
Sometimes I just realize that I'm still 3D
I have a
modeling
very
at
large
7
list
a.m. and
of parts on my phone.
yep,
It's gonna
yeah.
be awesome. I
If you
cannot
do
wait.
full spec, it's going to be a very expensive board, but that's part of
You
the point
so
of
you know how
being able
much
to upgrade anymore.
the Alu stock is. Do you know about how much they're going to charge for a full chassis at the end of the day?
I still need
Or are you
to
going to wait until you find
make,
out how much
yeah, I still
time
need
it
to make
takes?
them, but even the material for it is quite expensive. So it
Yeah.
will. I'm hoping to get like or like aiming to get a comparable end price to a Stooge setup,
Okay.
except the
Okay.
gear drives, which is double stage enclosed gear drives. It's way more fancy, so it's like really not comparable to the open gears. But
Right. Right.
other than the gear drives, I'm hoping to get a rolling chassis to a similar price point as a Stooge.
Okay.
So it will be expensive, yes, but also it's
I mean, people buy
billet
Stooges.
aluminum, CNC machined.
Yeah.
It's just expensive. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get no welds on your chassis. You get no spindles for axles or hangers.
Yeah,
Get an actual premium product for a premium price instead
yeah,
of something that, to be honest, looks like where he built it in his garage. No offense to Stooge, they obviously perform, you know, form over or function over form. But if you want something that's pretty and does the work and more than a Stooge would, then looks like Billet Raceworks is your man.
Yeah, I'm
And
working on it.
you said you're open to customizations
Yeah,
on
I'm
to
definitely
some
open to
extent as well.
customizations. Hit me up if you want anything custom. Um, yeah, within my ability, I'll do it. Probably, yeah, it will probably cost extra, but we can probably do it. I'm
Okay.
not using the CNC right now. It's just on for the lights because the LED strip that I put on the CNC is the brightest light in the room.
Uh, but
Yeah,
yeah, you're using that
the
CNC for the
3D
chassis.
printer is on, so the 3D printer is a bit loud.
Okay. Well,
Actually, just
let's.
got a new 3D printer like 2 days ago.
Okay. Okay.
Just came in.
Well, before we end it, let's because we're getting at 20 minutes here. Let's talk about this little PID zoom thing here that I have. PID zoom makes PEV components. They have a light set, kind of like shred lights, um, SLFX lights. I use those as well. I actually have one. I have one as a brake light on my main board, but these are super bright. They're not as they don't what's the word? It's the light's not as diffused as the SLFX from Shred Lights is, but it's basically just as bright, and I haven't noticed a difference in the battery life at all. Uh, but this horn is ridiculously loud. I'm gonna figure out some way to put it inside my board that I can still charge it, like with a cable or something. Oh, PID Zoom, PID Zoom. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I'm gonna figure out a way to put this in the board and like inside of the enclosure somewhere because it is super loud, and still be able to charge it without taking my enclosure off or apart. I may actually put it in my ESC box because that's only 4 volts. But with how often are you going to actually be using your horn? So how much are you actually depleting the battery is going to be what I find out. But I'll hit the button. It's yeah, that's loud. It has. I'm getting a little manual. It has an alarm feature on it. So if you hit this little lock button on the remote and wait until it beeps at you without moving it, if it moves from that point forward, I did it earlier before we got into the stream. I'm not doing it again. Um, it's it's basically like a car alarm loudness. Yeah, I have lights on all of my boards for that reason. There's a big 4,000 lumen headlight on the front. It's got the alarm feature. It's water resistant. Um, High capacity battery. It doesn't give you a life because it's a horn, not something that's constantly being used. But I'll have to update everybody again on the horn specifically. Let me see if I can find it really quick. That's just pidzoom.com. Here, I will put the link in the chat right now. Oh, I can't. I'll have to send it to you. It's in the private chat, so you can put it in the main one if you like. Um, but yeah, I'll have to update everybody on how loud it actually is once it's inside something and the battery life and whatnot. But it seems like a really quality product, and their lights are pretty durable. I broke one of them, but that's because I was at work and throwing tools. But
Sounds pretty cool.
yeah, I think I'll like having a horn for being on bike paths and stuff because I hate yelling on your left at people who have headphones on anyway. So
Yeah,
I
I
think the
probably
horn.
get one as well actually for my UC.
Yeah, I think I'll look and see how much they are really quick. Finger horn. It is 30 USD, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
nice.
cheap,
Yep.
honestly. And you can use it for scooters and stuff too. There's a bunch of different mounting things for it. I showed Vince already, but zip ties. It comes with a charging cable. Obviously, there's three different 3M pads. There's a little shirt clip thing that clips onto it with a thumb screw. It just slides on and then clips onto your shirt or backpack or what have you. And then big Velcro pad too to put it to actually mount it somewhere if you want. So you can put it on scooters, EUC, wherever, and then the remote itself, it has a little ring on it, so you can put it's a Velcro ring, so you can put it around your finger. You can put it around. It's not big enough for your wrist, but you can put it around a handlebar on a scooter if you needed to. I'm just going to keep it on my non-remote hand when I'm riding, just like that. Yeah,
Yep.
pretty sweet.
Cool.
Definitely pick one up if you ride on shared bike trails with bicyclists and stuff like that too. Because I've seen a lot of bicyclists start using actual horns and stuff like that too, instead of yelling at people on behind you,
I usually just hop into the
yelling
road
at scares people.
with the cars, between the cars,
Hmm.
when there's people on the bike path.
Yeah, I ride in traffic a lot too, and I find it very ineffective to yell at a vehicle whose windows are closed. So we'll see if they notice this or not. It's pretty loud outside of an enclosure.
Mm.
I'll test it inside an enclosure and outside of an enclosure to see how loud it actually is, like outdoors and stuff. Because obviously I'm inside, so the sound refraction is going to make it a little louder than it actually is. But we'll see. Alrighty, that's our cue, boys and girls. It was good talking to you, Bence. I'm super excited about this chassis
Yeah, me
and
too.
just race board period because it's going to be absolutely phenomenal, especially
Can't
around
wait
a
to
track.
ride it.
And I'm hoping to, hopefully, we can maybe figure out a way to raise it up for those that want to daily ride it. That little
Mm.
riser pad thing you have. We could probably work with that a little bit and see if we could get it a little higher off the ground
Yeah,
if we wanted to, or if
definitely.
somebody wanted to. Whatever. But
I'm
it's a
actually
good
also
show.
considering some version that's more like it wouldn't be able to hold 3 cell wide battery, but
Hmm.
would still get ground clearance. So that
Okay.
might actually be a good idea for some people as well.
Yeah,
More lightweight.
definitely. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it some more then.
Yep.
Alrighty. It's a good show, everybody. Y'all have a great